Welcome back to the Grease Monkey Videos channel. I wanted to go live with you on this. I have not watched this yet. I saw it pop up on my screen as a breaking news story, and I wanted to share it with you guys so we can kind of react to it together. A lot of people see this as, and maybe you're one of them, but a lot of people see this as projection onto a whole group of people who want to use the internet to express their opinion about certain events or about anything, really. A lot of people say that this sets a dangerous precedent. If it's true that they assessed Alex Jones at nearly $1 billion, not a million, not 1,000, not 10 million, $1 billion in damages. If that's true, they're not just gunning for Alex Jones. They're trying to lay down the framework and foundation of a precedent on what you can and can't say online, according to some people. This is okay. You judge what you think about this. We're going to watch this together. 134 people in the room. Thank you for joining. This is short notice. This is breaking news. Just came out about 39 minutes ago. So let's watch this. I'll try not. Well, I'm going to be interrupting. This was taped earlier. This is from the Law and Crime channel. I will be interrupting.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, please listen to your verdict as it is read. Verdict. We, the jury, have reached our verdict as to damages in this case. We award damages to each plaintiff and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, LLC, as follows. Roman numeral 1, compensatory damages. Instructions. Fill in both numbers for each plaintiff, then go to section 2. Please enter your damages assessments for each plaintiff on the lines below.
We're going to try to add this up.
To plaintiff Robbie Parker. A, defamation/slander damages past and future, $60 million. B, emotional distress damages past and future, $60 million. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff Robert Parker and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems at line A and line B, total $120 million.
$120 million to Robbie Parker. Just in case that wasn't clear, can you guys hear the video feed okay? I got the volume all the way up, but they don't have this guy mic'd up, so it sounds like he's speaking across the room here. But that was assessing the damages to, this is just to Robbie Parker, $120 million.
Plaintiff David Wheeler. A, defamation/slander damages past and future, $25 million. B, emotional distress damages past and future, $30 million. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff David Wheeler and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems at line A and line B, $55 million, initialed by juror number 1. To plaintiff Francine Wheeler.
I think I saw somebody do this right here. I think I saw somebody do that. Who was that?
A, defamation/slander damages past and future, $24 million. B, emotional distress damages past and future, $30 million. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff Francine Wheeler and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems at line A and line B, total $54 million, initialed by juror number 1. To plaintiff Jacqueline Barden. A, defamation/slander damages past and future, $10 million. B, emotional distress damages past and future, $18,800,000. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff Jacqueline Barden and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems at line A and line B, $28,800,000, initialed by juror number 1.
Notice what they're saying at the end of every one of these. Fair and reasonable damages. Fair and reasonable.
To plaintiff Mark Barden. A, defamation/slander damages past and future, $25 million. B, emotional distress damages past and future, $32,600,000. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff Mark Barden and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, add line A and line B, $57,600,000, initialed by juror number 1. To plaintiff Nicole Hockley, A, defamation/slander damages, past and future, $32 million. B, emotional distress damages, past and future, $41,600,000. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff Nicole Hockley and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, add line A and line B, $73,600,000, initialed by juror number 1. To plaintiff Ian Hockley, A, defamation/slander damages, past and future, $38 million. B, emotional distress damages, past and future, $43,600,000. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff Ian Hockley and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, add line A and line B, $81,600,000, initialed by juror number 1. To plaintiff Jennifer Hensel, A, defamation/slander damages, past and future, $21 million. B, emotional distress damages, past and future, $31 million.
Wow.
Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff Jennifer Hensel and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, add line A and line B, $52 million, initialed by juror number 1.
This seems like it's the court saying, so you thought you would use the internet to express your opinions on certain events that mainstream media said transpired and how they said it transpired. So you thought you would express your opinion, did you? Alex Jones.
To plaintiff Donna Soto, A, defamation/slander damages, past and future, $18 million. B, emotional distress damages, past and future, $30 million. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff Donna Soto and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, add line A and line B, $48 million, initialed by juror number 1. To plaintiff Carly Soto Parisi, A, defamation/slander damages, past and future, $30 million. B, emotional distress damages, past and future, $36 million. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff Carly Soto Parisi and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, add line A and line B, $66 million, initialed by juror number 1. To plaintiff Carlos Matthew Soto, A, defamation/slander.
I'd like to see Alex Jones' face.
$18,600,000. B, emotional distress damages, past and future, $39 million. Total fair, just, and reasonable.
Yeah, Dixie in the room makes a good point. AJ caused me emotional damage too, man. What the hell? You know what else causes me emotional damage? The IRS causes me emotional damage every single year. Every year. Do you guys concur? Put a 1 in the room if the IRS causes you emotional damage. Not making fun of any of the parents here. Not at all. Not at all. But I'm just saying, how far will you take this? How far does this go? Where does it stop? Does it stop? Who will this extend out to? How will it be expanded?
Damages to plaintiff Carlos Matthew Soto and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, add line A and line B, $57,600,000, initialed by juror number 1. To plaintiff.
So far we're up to about $650 million.
Marino, A, defamation/slander damages, past and future, $30 million. B, emotional distress damages, past and future, $38,800,000. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff Jillian.
How many people in Afghanistan or Iraq or Syria or any number of nations that the U.S. military-industrial complex has bombed has suffered more than emotional damages? They've literally lost everything. Everything.
Soto Marino.
Why is AJ taking the fall here? What's going on here? What is really going on? Anybody know what's really going on here?
Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, add line A and line B, $68,800,000, initialed by juror number 1. To plaintiff William Aldenberg, defamation / slander
Yeah, Moonbag says, what a clown world. Indeed it is.
damages past and future, $45 million. B, emotional distress damage.
Yeah, Einstein says 1A, gone. 1A, gone. Where's that protection? But we live in the land of the free, home of the brave. We got the U.S. Constitution as Kevlar. Nothing can touch us. We got the First Amendment. We got the 5 tenets of the First Amendment. Religion, assembly, petition, press, speech. We're protected by all that stuff. Wait a second. Speech. Oh, wait a second. Speech wasn't so protected today, was it? It's only protected when the powers that shouldn't be agree with what you're saying. Now, if they disagree with what you're saying, or if people said that they got upset about it, well, we're going to take you down.
Damages past and future, $45 million. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff William Aldenberg and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, add line A and line B, $90 million.
And there's the irony, Free Speech Systems. Free Speech Systems.
Plaintiff Erica Lafferty, A, defamation / slander damages past and future, $18 million. B, emotional distress damages past and future, $58 million. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff Erica Lafferty and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, add line A and line B, $76 million, initialed by juror number 1. To plaintiff William Sherlach, A, defamation / slander damages past and future, $9 million. B, emotional distress damages past and future, $27 million. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff William Sherlach and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems, add line A and line B, $36 million, initialed by juror number 1.
I wonder how one of them got 120 million and this guy got what do you say, less than 40 million or something? Where's the dividing line there? Where's the justice?
2, award of attorney's fees and costs. Instructions, check yes or no. If you check yes, the judge will determine the amount due to the plaintiffs for reasonable attorney's fees and costs, and will then award the plaintiffs that amount at a later date. If you check no, the judge will award $1 to the plaintiffs for their attorney's fees and costs. We, the jury, find that the standard charged for the assessment of attorney's fees and costs have been met. Yes, it's checked. Reasonable attorney's fees and costs to be awarded by the judge at a later date, initialed by juror number 1. And the last page is the 4-person juror number 1 signature in the date of 10/12/2022, also initialed by juror number 1.
The verdict may be accepted and recorded.
Okay, so it amounted to almost $1 billion in damages that Alex Jones has to pay the SH plaintiffs. It's like 965 million, close to $1 billion. And it looks like there's a live stream feed outside the courthouse. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like that was already recorded. Let's see what they say. Got some smiling lawyers, of course. Got some beefed up law firms now. Come on, guys, gather around. Gather around. The news is here. The cameras are rolling. The mics are hot. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Good afternoon. Today, a jury representing our community and our nation rendered a historic verdict. A verdict against Alex Jones's lies and their poisonous spread, and a verdict for truth and for our common humanity. For over a month in this courthouse, this jury bore witness to Alex Jones' 10-year attack on the family standing behind me. An attack that made him very rich, an attack that exploited the fears and resentments of his audience. An attack that targeted these families with the lie.
Yeah, don't you like how they came out right out of the gate? The lawyers started speaking for everybody in the community. I wonder what percentage of the community they actually speak for.
Were frauds, that they faked the deaths of their loved ones, including...
Yeah, I get it. Brokefish. He says that only if a higher court rules in support of this ruling. And of course, Alex Jones and his lawyers are going to be appealing this all the way to the high court. But since it's such a publicized event and mainstream media is all over this, and lessons have to be made and lessons have to be learned by the rest of us, what do you think the judgment of the high court's going to be?
Their 6- and 7-year-old children.
Even though it's stacked with Republicans, what do you think the decision of the high court is going to be? In sympathy to, the event.
Who Alex Jones claimed never existed at all. And all for Alex Jones's personal profit. And so after years of fear, threats, harassment, after realizing that Alex Jones's cruelty and greed knew no bounds, they decided to take a stand. Take a stand for themselves. Take a stand to affirm that the lives of their loved ones, their children, were real, beautiful, meaningful, not to be used as cheap props to be torn apart by Alex Jones for profit. So they sought refuge and justice from this jury. And in doing so, their courage has inspired us.
Let's hear.
And they've done a great service for this country.
Proudly today. So I'd like to turn it over to my friend, Robbie Parker.
Okay, here we go. Okay, I don't want to, the whole thing is very sad. The whole thing. I'll just put it that way. The whole thing is very, very sad.
I couldn't be more proud to stand here and with all of these people, and I really miss my wife and daughters right now. They can't be here with me, but our lawyers helped give me the strength to fight.
Hey, mods, I need you to be really careful what you say because I gave you a wrench, so I'll be held personally responsible for what you put in the chat room. So delete any. We already know what we think. We already know what we think about this. We know this. We know. But if you're a mod, you got to be super careful on what you put in the chat room. Let me just say that. So, and I'm not the censorship police. I just want you to consider very carefully what you mods are putting in the chat room, and maybe look at what you just said and maybe consider deleting that message. And you know what I mean? We know what's going on. I think most of us know what's going on here. So let's take a strong look at this and you assess it in your own heart what you think. I'm not going to tell you what to think. It doesn't even matter what I think. Just be careful what you say if you're my mod.
Finally find my voice and to fight and to stand up to what had been happening to me for so long, and for how I let my voice be taken away from me and my power be taken away from me at the expense of my daughter and at the expense of my family. So I have to thank them for helping me get the strength, and the families that I've been associated with for 10 years through this tragedy are the most beautiful people you'll ever encounter, and their children and their moms and their wives are the most beautiful people you could ever get to know. All I can really say is that I'm just proud that what we were able to accomplish was just to simply tell the truth. And it shouldn't be this hard, and it shouldn't be this scary. I shouldn't have to worry about what my daughters are going to go through when I tell them that it's best that they just tell the truth. Because that's all we did. Every day in that courtroom, we got up on the stand and we told the truth. Everybody that took the stand told the truth except for one. The one who proclaims that that's what he does. But while the truth was being said in the courtroom, he was standing right here lying.
Now let me ask you a question so we can be fair. Has Alex Jones lied? Yes. We've done videos exposing Alex Jones. We know what he's lied about. We know what it's all about. Some of us see kind of an inkling of the big picture, although we were going back and forth on Twitter today about the geopolitical atmosphere and how charged it is and how propagandized it is and how many deceptions are laid down and how even the highest officials, the highest echelon in all this stuff that's going on specifically in Ukraine and Russia, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Iran, and all over the globe, we see a sliver of what we think is going on in geopolitics. And even if the higher echelon officials and authorities, it's so compartmentalized, even some of them aren't clued in to what the big picture is. Now, we've listened to the WEF and the UN and the Council on Foreign Relations and the Trilateral Commission and the Bilderbergs, and we've seen what they've said, that their plan is for humanity, this great reset, fourth industrial revolution. You'll own nothing and be happy. Easy bugs. You will eat the bugs. Eliminate the cows because they're farting too much, and the methane is mucking things up and ruining the planet. So we see on the geopolitical landscape that there's so many deceptions being laid down, but we also see events being sprinkled around, not just in the United States, but all over the world, in order to bring about a certain, the fruition of a certain agenda. We see it. And so when you question it, getting back to Alex Jones being a liar and being disingenuous and, over exaggerating things or saying things that are just outright not true. But what do lawyers do? Don't lawyers do the same thing? How about judges? What do judges do? What do politicians do? What are politicians known for? And yet people by the tens of millions, hundreds of millions go out and vote for these politicians, these political parasitic psychopaths to do what they've done. So there's truth and lies in every arena, and we have to ferret it out. Truth is like gold. It's not something that's just going to be laying out on the ground by the creek bed while you're sunning yourself and reading a good book. Oh, look at all this gold. Just pick it up. You got to dig for it. And then once you dig, you got to crack into the rock for it. And then you got to do all these studies and find out where the best veins are. Same thing with truth. If you really want it, you got to dig for it. Unfortunately, what's the first casualty in any war, in any battle, including the information war? Well, it's the truth. That will always be the first casualty, because you can't foist the war, the information war, or the physical battle in the battlefield unless you take down the truth first and start bringing up deception and lies as though they were the truth. Navigating this life is not easy, man. It's not easy trying to figure out who's on your side and who's consistently speaking the truth. Even the best people who try like crazy to speak the truth, they look back later and they're like, man, I jumped out ahead of it. I didn't have all the information. This is all I knew at the time. So that's what I released. So now I got to go back and go, hey, that stuff that I thought was true, turns out, there's a different aspect of it that lends a different perspective on what I was actually talking about. Here's what the truth is. But it's that ferreting out of the truth that's under fire on this. It's that trying to stumble along and trying to weed out the deceptions and trying to, have a pure garden that's only growing vegetables and get rid of the weeds. It's that process that's being vilified and villainized here. And it's not just the Alex Joneses of the world. This is being expanded out. This is a gunning for anybody who dares get online and sit behind that keyboard and give their opinion. How dare you? And what have we seen for the last 2.5 years? We got people deplatformed, demonetized, economically terrorized. You got PayPal coming out and having to retract what they said the other day because PayPal's going, well, if we catch you on any other platform, spreading misinformation, that's going to be $2,500 per occurrence. And then they backtrack and go, oops, it was a mistake. We didn't mean to do that when their stock price took a hit. Stock price is down 60. As of today, it's down 67% year over year. Why? Because people are sick of being economically terrorized because PayPal says what you said is misinformation when they could be the peddlers of misinformation and disinformation.
I can't express enough gratitude for the jury, not just because of their verdict, but for what they had to endure, what they had to listen to, for what they did in their lives, and that they just simply were able to take the truth that they heard.
Yeah, good point, mandatory in the room. Offensive speech is free speech. Uncomfortable speech is free speech. Speech that offends you. Speech that makes you cringe. If you don't want to hear it, just turn it off. I guarantee if you turn it off, that speech won't affect you. It might affect other people who choose to listen to that speech, but what would you rather have? Dangerous freedom or peaceful slavery? Because that's really what this is about right here.
Do an impossible job and render a verdict with it. No matter what it was, it didn't matter because what we got out of it meant more than anything that anybody could ever give us. And honestly, for anybody that still chooses to listen to that man, just ask yourself, what has he ever given you? And compare that to whatever it is that he's taken from you. Do you still have your family members with you? Do they still believe in you and trust you? What have you ever gotten from him? And what has he taken from you too? Thank you for everything. Thank you.
My name is Erica, and I am the daughter of John Lafferty Hochsprung, who is the principal of Sandy Hook Elementary School. And as I was upstairs testifying about the rape threats that were sent to me, Alex Jones was standing right here holding a press conference. After almost a decade of threats and messages from conspiracy theorists led by Jones, this is a moment years in the making. And in this big moment, like in every big moment, since the shooting, I wish I could just call my mom and tell her about it. I would tell her about the horror of watching Alex Jones hold court with the press outside right here. About the disappointment of so many news outlets who've known us since 1214, run his words unfiltered. The heartbreak of reliving the...
What's that? Unfiltered, uncensored. Isn't that how we want society? Don't we want society that doesn't have a filter? Because you got to ask yourself, who's going to apply the filter? And what if you don't want the filter applied? What if you don't want the censorship? See, this is way bigger than Alex Jones. This is way bigger than anything that happened in Connecticut. This is way bigger than shutting down somebody who wants to talk. This is shutting off the ears of those who want to listen. I mean, there are millions of people that want to listen to certain people. What if we start censoring CNN? It's like, wait a sec, wait. CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, ABC, CBS, all the major news networks propagated the weapons of mass destruction, and those weapons of mass destruction not only led to trillions of dollars being spent in nonsense wars and skirmishes and battles on the battlefield, but it also resulted in the deaths of a whole lot of people. I mean, countless people. You want to talk about scarring and damaging people? So why don't we censor all those platforms? The best they can do, and they haven't even done it, is, oops, we were wrong. If anybody should be censored, and I'm not even calling for censorship for the Counterfeit News Network or MSLSD or Faux News. I'm just saying, hey, if you're going to apply that standard here, then that sword swings both ways. And anybody who's calling for Alex Jones or anybody to be censored, you're basically calling for yourself to be censored. Because that, like I said, it is a double-edged sword, and it's like a boomerang with two blades on it. It's coming back, and if you try to catch it, you're probably going to lose some fingers. If you don't put your hand up, it's going to lodge inside your cranial structure.
Shooting as so many families shared stories
This is
of their
crazy.
slain loved ones. But I would also like to tell her about the bright spots. News station like NBC Connecticut refused to give a dangerous conspiracy theorist a platform throughout this trial, and I thank them.
They didn't give CNN a platform? I mean, what did I miss there? What did I miss there? Let's see if there's anything else on this Law and Crime Network here, because they're just releasing all this stuff. Let me go to the videos. Verdict. Oh, that's 6 hours long. Anyway, I don't want to belabor this right here. This extends way beyond Alex Jones. I want to know what you guys think of it. Do you think Alex Jones is guilty? Do you think he deserved to be assessed almost $1 billion in damages? Do you think that Alex Jones is going to appeal this? Do you think he should appeal it? And if he does appeal it to the higher court, do you think that the higher court is going to rule in his favor, or will they rule like the lower courts ruled? I appreciate you guys joining. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel. I really do want to know your thoughts, so leave them in the comment section below. I know we're on chat right now, but once this video gets done rendering, go under in the chat room and let the world know what you think about this. I think this is a blow. In my opinion, this is a blow to free speech. How can it not be? Let me just put it this way. It doesn't matter what I think. Let me ask the question, how can this not be a serious blow to free speech? No matter what you think about Alex Jones, I don't like Alex Jones. I don't like him at all, because I see what he is and I see what he's propagating. He propagates the left versus right paradigm lie, the Zio, lie. He's beholden to, that other country that begins with an I and ends with an L. Doesn't matter what I think about Alex Jones, though. What do I think about this situation? What is actually happening in this situation? What message did those lower courts send to the rest of us who want to put our opinion out online? What can we expect if we say, hey, I see this news article right here, and I see this event that they say took place, and I see what they say about it. I see what corporate legacy media says about it. Here's my opinion. They're giving what they are saying facts. Well, here are some of the facts that I did as an independent journalist and researcher. And it doesn't correspond with their facts. So who's right? Who's wrong? Are we both out to lunch? Because we both can't be right. So if you're an independent, this is a death blow almost to independent journalism, or at least if it's not a death blow, it does set a very, very bad precedent for anybody who wants to get online and tell people what they think about an event that's highly popularized and publicized and propagandized by fake stream CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra Media. So I appreciate you guys joining. I will see you guys in the next video. I do have two more videos going up later today. If you haven't subscribed, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. Don't forget to leave your comment. I will see you guys in the next live stream.